All right, hey, it's Kr0nus, aka Kr0nus, and I'm back to do another commentary video. I forget what day this is on, but it'll say it in the name of the description of this video. So this was a couple Saturdays ago in November. If you're wondering why I'm dressed up like a Wampa, Star Wars reference, by the way, it's because it's kind of cold. So, and I don't feel like turning a heater on right now. So yeah, anyway, this video, you'll probably see me getting messed up more than normal. So, I want to keep it real. Like, not every time you roll, you're going to be, you know, the best. So, I am a mortal person and I will get tapped just like anybody else. You know, I'm nothing special. And I'm just, like I said, I'm purple belt. So there are times where I'm going to get, smashed. And smashing comes in this video, and actually probably the next one I'm going to do too. I'm probably going to get smashed. There's a couple of videos that I have saved up that are mainly me getting fucked up, but you know, them's the breaks. Learn from the mistakes. You know, me doing these commentary videos actually helps me in the long run because I can go through and actually analyze with you, like where I'm messing up. So hopefully it helps out both of us. You already saw one where was that mistake where I was leaving my feet in a weird position when I was trying to take somebody down. I'm still learning the lessons from that. But you got to see in the next video where I got to put my toes properly on the ground and get some takedowns. So hopefully in this analysis, I can learn from it and yeah, do better in the next ones, you know, learn from my mistakes. So yeah, here we go. I gotta press some buttons though. There we go. All right, and then turn the video, the volume down. It's already down. All right, first guy I'm gonna go up with is Scott LT. He is in law enforcement. Actually, there's a lot of guys that I roll with here that are in law enforcement. So, which is great because I always say like, you know, if you're in law enforcement, you should know some sort of jiu-jitsu. I would say at least a blue belt, just to give yourself an option if somebody's like, you know, if you have to get in a physical confrontation. Anyway, Scott, I don't have a lot of success rolling with Scott, to be honest with you. He's bigger than me. These are not, I want to make it seem like I'm not trying to fucking whine about it. But yes, he's bigger than me. He is stronger than me. But he's also older than me. So I should be able to do better against this guy. But yeah, I don't. Quite frequently. So, and he smashes me a lot. Even so, right here he's pulling half guard, and I know what he wants to do is kind of pull me on top, get my hips over his hip, and then roll me over. And then once Scott gets on top, like that's pretty much a wrap. So you'll see why in a minute here. And this is his playbook. Sorry about the blurry camera. It was in autofocus, and I think I need to clean my lens. That's the problem here. But he's gonna dump me backwards, and then once he's on top, like I already know here, I'm fucked. So he's gonna work his way up. He's probably gonna go to reverse half, but right now he doesn't really need to because he's putting a lot of pressure on my upper body, my face, and right here on my neck. At the same time, he's trying to work in a choke with my lapel, which is probably not going to work from that position. But you know, he's a big, strong guy, so it could, and it probably would on somebody else. Hey, so I feel like this is kind of like Inception right now. So I was editing this video and watching the footage going back, and goddamn, Dustin and Gabe are going at it to the left of us in this video. So if you get a chance to like watch them over to the left of the video, they are moving. So yeah, just you can enjoy me and Scott rolling, but also like Scott and Dustin just. They're going ham over there. So anyway, and this sucks right here. Like the guy, he outweighs me by I don't want to say considerable amount. I don't want to fat shame the guy, but he is heavier than me. So right here it sucks. And here's my daughter. I'm probably gonna cut this part out. All right. So now that my daughter is outside the camera, which as you can see, my autofocus focuses on like weird things when somebody comes in and out of frame, which is why I ask her not to hop in the camera. Right here is going to do another kind of similar thing where he grabs my leg, keeps a really good grip, and then he will do a. I get on top, but right here I'm trying to go for a leg. but now he's on top, and it's like it's too much. My technique is not that great when somebody outweighs me, and I need to have better technique. It's not that I need strength; it's just I need a better technique. And my daughter's doing the old lady something. I don't know what she's doing with the screamer sticks. Anyway, I'm in a position to where I'm not really in a half guard, even though it kind of looks like I am, but I'm not. I'm facing all the wrong direction, and he's smashing down on me. And this is a very compromised position for me. I think both my shoulders are on the ground. Yeah, he's gonna go straight to mount. This is a terrible position for me. Like my legs were in the wrong position. I'm not using frames right here. Let me just rewind, just so we can break it down a little bit more. So if you notice, I'm trying to go for a leg, which is, fine. But right here, like I'm not using any frames right from the get-go. My knee's not in. It's in the wrong position because I was trying to go for his leg. I couldn't pull it back in enough. I'm not using frames with my arms on his body to keep him off me. And then me wrapping my arms around his body just kind of makes it worse. This is a bad habit of mine. I can do this with a smaller person by grabbing their gi from the other side and like kind of rolling it over, but I can't do it with somebody that's, heavier than I am. So this is not, this is like survival mode right here. This is not good technique. If you find that you're getting stuck in the bottom and you're just hanging on, like I'm explaining to you why you shouldn't do this. Like I shouldn't do this. And he's just smashing on my head right now. He's going to go for an Ezekiel, and I don't really have a way out because I'm literally hugging this dude. How do I get out of that? And he got an Ezekiel from that. So yeah, don't do that. Like, don't hug the guy. Work your arms in, get some frames, create some space. So yeah, that's where I messed up. And right here he's pulling guard again. And I'm trying to make sure. So if you see, it's okay. He's not doing it. So now I'm going to try reverse half on him. And he's going to go to the octopus guard and try to roll me over. But I'm keeping my hips. I'm hipping into his hip on the bottom so he can't roll me over as easily. And I'm also grabbing his foot so that he can't roll me over to try and create some pressure on his leg. And I think I'm going to run out of time to try and mess around with this guy. See how he's trying to like hit me over, but he can't because I have control over his bottom hip. So that's something that was good on my part from that roll, but the rest of it on my part was pretty much fucking trash. So learn from that if you can. If somebody's bigger than you, you need to work your arms back in to like create some space. Hugging them doesn't help. It keeps all their weight on top of you. And it's not going to help out your situation at all. And definitely in like self-defense, like if somebody is on top of you, you can hug them for a second, but if they, push down on you and then start punching you in the face, like it's not great. Got to have a plan. And my plan there was not great. Who am I going to roll with now? I'm going to roll with Kevin. Kevin is a good dude. He is also close to brown. He's injured in this role. So I'm not going to say what his injury is because that's his own personal business. But I'm not going to go to certain positions with him because I know because he tells me like right here, like what's going on. So, but he's a very skilled purple belt. He has really good sneaky arm locks, which I appreciate because I also have very sneaky arm locks. And yeah, he actually, I think he helps Dustin run Studio 33, especially like the website and like ordering products and stuff. So I know he's been with Dustin for a while. So right here, I'm just I'm thinking about dumping him behind me, like pulling him over my body to sweep him. And I'm trying to keep a knee shield as well. So what I want to do is eject my knee shield and then roll him over. But he does a really cool thing of like breaking my half guard with his foot. So if you watch Jesus Christ, I guess his right foot, and you'll see what he does. So like normally I try to like capture people's feet with my foot from the bottom, but I can't. He stopped me right there because I try to use my foot and I'll hook it inside of like their ankle to stop them from moving their leg back and forth. But I'm already kind of missing that. And then what he does is he takes his right foot. Let's see. Right. Oh, no, I am doing it. Right here. See how he pulls my foot over? Right there. That's like a really cool move to like really break my half guard. So now I have to sit up. I have to do something to address that because now he can easily like hop out of my half guard. And so right here is going to drive me forward to try and take me down. But I do a half-ass kind of sprawl just to stop me from getting taken down. So now he's in turtle, and I'm thinking about getting him to crucifix, but he's too smart for that. See how he's bringing his arm in, his left arm in. So I go to the gargoyle type position, and then I just sit down to get to take his back right here. And so right now I have his back. I'm crossing my feet, which if you do cross your feet, just be aware. Right there, this is why you should be aware if you're newer to jiu-jitsu. So right here, I'm crossing my feet, but I'm very aware that my feet are crossed. Okay, so if you do cross your feet, just be aware. You can get away with it. Just as long as if they start moving their feet up towards your feet, you need to let go of crossing your feet. So, because what happens is they can capture one of your feet and then hip into your ankles and then break your ankles. So that's why they say don't cross your feet. It's just like the Ghostbusters, don't cross the streams. Just saying. So right here, where he throws his leg up, right there, you'll see I'll uncross my feet right there. Because I know that he knows that I cross my feet. So I'll uncross them. Alternative is stepping on your 2 feet, which is what I was doing right there. It's just step on your 2 feet. It's just as effective. See right there, where my feet are connected? That's a better option that you can do. And right here, I'm thinking about going for an arm bar because it's in a really good position for an arm bar. All I got to do is just throw my leg over. Now I'm putting there we go. Right here, this is like a weird position because I have, technically right here, when he threw his arm over, I have his arm with my leg. So come on. Right here, even though he has my foot, I also have his arm. So I'm okay with him having my foot right there because I can use my foot to like work his arm out because I'm working on his bottom arm for an arm lock. But I need to roll him over. I can't really get an arm lock unless I throw my leg all the way over his head, which is probably why he captured my foot. So I can't throw my leg all the way over his head, so I can't get the arm bar from the bottom. So we'll keep going. But I'm trying to work that arm out so I can get that arm for an arm bar. But I also know that like my leg is kind of compromised, but his arm is effectively stuck right here. And I'm also, just real quick note, I'm not that flexible, okay? I consider myself not that flexible. But if you see like where my knee is, like that's not a natural position for me to be in, is my knee being that far up my body. I guess I'm more flexible than like the average person, but the average person is basically like a brick. So, but I'm not really that flexible. So if you see me in like these weird positions thinking that like I'm some mobility wizard, I'm not, okay? I have sort of more mobility than the average person, but it's difficult to me to get into like a lot of really good jiu-jitsu positions because I lack some mobility in my hips. So, but if I'm forced into it, I can do it. Anyway, keep going. Because normally, like if you just see me like 10 years ago, this probably would have broken my hip right here, having my knee that far up my shoulder. But so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to separate his right arm from his left arm, but I can't do it. And I'm trying to use my hand to like work the arm out, but I can't. Oh, there we go. Some focus. Thank you. And now I'm thinking go to a inverted triangle. That's where I'm rolling over. Now I'm trying to work his arm back out so I can go to another kind of arm bar or the thunder lock, my personal favorite. But you can't really see too much what I'm doing right now. My back is to the camera. Yep, same position. I have him basically trapped here, but I also can't get to what I want to get because I can. If I had more mobility with my hips, honestly, I could have probably triangled him. But it's okay because he's trapped. I have both of his arms pretty much trapped, and I can wait here for a while. Now my arm is over his face, which is where I'm trying to get to, which is an arm bar. I'm going to cross my feet to keep both of his arms captured, which a couple of videos ago, you saw me kind of work the mechanics out on that. But as you can see, it gives me like a lot of time to like figure things out because both of his arms they're trapped. So, but right now my left arm is trapped between his arms, so I can't really get to where I want to go. I want to like replace my left arm with my right, but I can't. And I'm trying to pull his arm through, but I can't. There we go. Finally got my arm out, but no, I don't have a great position. But you see like how he's trying to bridge to get out, but he really can't. It's because he can't use his arms. So now see how he's trying to turn over, but he can't. It's because I have both of his arms. But I can't finish it, which is what I really want to get that finish. And I'm trying to go for an arm bar, a thunder lock, anything at this point. A triangle. Like I'm trying to do anything at this point, but I can't. And he's doing, see how he uses his head? This is what he does really good. Okay. So Kevin does a really good job of using like his head as defense in situations like this. So if you see how he pushes his head into me, right there, and he's pushing my leg down, so I can't really get a triangle or anything. And now he's gonna worm his way out, and I can't really. There's nothing I can really do because I don't have grips on anything that's dangerous. So I think, hey, let's throw a lapel in and try to get some sort of lapel choke, but ran out of time. But it was a really good roll. It was a lot of fun to roll with that dude. Yeah. I've met a lot of really cool people at Studio 33, by the way. There hasn't been anybody that I've disliked at Studio 33. Even the guy that poked me in the eye, really bad. He was a white belt. And this dude poked me in the eye so bad that I felt it hit the back of my eye socket. I am not exaggerating. It was really bad. And now that same guy, he knows how to flow roll because he used to be like a super spazzy white belt, and now he can actually flow roll. And I was like, the first time he actually flow rolled with me, hold on, let me pause. The video stopped. I was so amazed at his progress of like him not spazzing out. So give me a second to pull up my next video. All right, I'm back, and now I get to roll with my main instructor, Dustin. And so you're gonna see me get pretty messed up, I think, if I remember correctly. I probably should have angled the camera a little bit better. Yeah, Dustin is a black belt, and Dustin is quite good. Usually he's nice to me, but I'm not going to say usually. He's nice to everybody. So, but I'm trying to go for, I probably got to turn this down because I'm closer to the speaker. There we go. I'm trying to go for an arm lock, right? I'm not an arm lock, a leg lock right here. So I'm trying to go into a leg entanglement so I can knee bar him right here, but I don't get his ankle soon enough. So that's a problem. And he knows that I can't get it now. And now I'm thinking from the bottom, I'm trying to get a omoplata, but the leg's in the wrong position. My daughter is doing something. I have no idea. She's watching herself do something. Anyway, I'm still trying to go for his arm. Or, I'm sorry, his leg. Sorry, my daughter is distracting me because it's funny. She's doing gymnastics in the next class. That's why she's dressed up like that. Anyway, so yeah, I'm still trying to go for this dude's leg. But I know already that I'm screwed. So I'm gonna go to turtle. And I want to eject out, but I'm kind of stuck. So this is another thing with like a bigger guy. Look at him just like kind of manhandling me right there. But I get my guard sort of back. Nope, I don't. He goes straight to knee on belly. That's embarrassing. So I'm trying to get back to a form of half guard, but I need to get my knee back underneath his foot. And he knows that too, so he'll probably just step back. All right, so I'm going to go to turtle, but I'm still compromised, and I know this. So he has he's had my lapel for a while now. That's how it's so easy for him to move me around. It's because he had my lapel, and I was gonna go for like a. He was thinking about I think it was like a paper cutter type choke with my own gi from like my own lapel, not the collar, but my lapel, which is kind of weird. And now he's using his own lapel. So this is like, I do this stuff sometimes with like lower belts. Obviously, I'm his lower belt, so I understand why he's doing it. It's just throwing a bunch of shit at them and seeing what they'll do. And so right here, he's throwing so much stuff at me. It's just like, how do I handle this? You know? And I'm just trying to stay composed. I was going for an arm bar. I'm trying to come around, but it's too late. Yeah. I tapped there. So in case you were confused, I did tap there. And then at the end, I was like, this is what I should have done. So here, right here. So he comes up, and right here, the arm bar's there. I tap right there. And I'm thinking right there is how I could have got out. And then as you saw, he had his own setup, the next one that he was going to go to. One of the reasons why, let me pause real quick. Let's zoom in on myself for a second. One of the reasons why I like Dustin as an instructor is because he will throw up a bunch of stuff at probably other folks too, but at least me. I know it has to do with other people. He'll throw a bunch of shit at you, and then he'll just see what you can deal with. And then, like, once you're done dealing with it, then he'll submit you eventually. But I try to use that same approach on some of the lower belts. I'll let them do a bunch of stuff on me until they have nothing left, or I'll do a bunch of stuff on them until they can't think anymore on like where to go, and then I'll submit them. I think that's like a really nice approach to roll with some people that are not as skilled as you. Obviously, there's a skill disparity between me and Dustin. And so a lot of the times when we roll, he'll just throw so much shit. I'm just like, I got to think a lot. And I love it because I love having to think my way out of problems. But at a certain point, I get like a buffer overrun. And it's just like, there's too much stuff that I can't deal with. And there's that skill disparity will catch up with me. And I'll get stuck and I'll tap. Just, that's what happens. So thank you, Dustin, for being a great instructor. Anyway, back into the action. And he's also training for a tournament. I think it's Tap Out Cancer is what he's going for next. Oh, man, look at that. He's just that was, what the fuck, man? I don't even know what that was, but that was just like bullying me back to the ground. Like the way he got my pants. Oh, no, he's got my lapel and my pants. Like there's no possible way I could have got out of that. So I'm trying to like get my knee back in here. But he has my pants, so it's like I can't get my knee back in. So I'm trying to think of a leg lock right here, a knee bar, but I can't because he's still on the inside. And yeah, I'm looking to see if we're still on camera. Look at me, I'm aware of the camera. Well, I'm about to get fucked up. And so he's behind me, so I know I have to turn my body back towards him, but I can't because he's got my gi. So I can't turn back towards him that way. So I have to turtle and then figure something else out. I'm protecting my neck here. So if you ever... All right. So I've been choked, 10,000 times at least. If somebody's arm is coming around your neck... Anyway, if you're about to get strangled and you feel that coming on, like the arm is coming around your head to your other shoulder... try and find the inside of their elbow and put your chin in there. All right. And then try to dig it down as far as possible. This can buy you some time to think about what else you should do. Maybe reevaluate life. I don't know. But if you can do that, you can still probably breathe for a little while. So that's why if you ever roll with me, if you've noticed that it's kind of hard to strangle me, it's because I usually put my chin in positions to where I know you probably can't choke me. So... here we go. So that's why I put my chin there immediately because I'm already compromised. Even though he doesn't have a position yet, that's why my chin went there. And even now, like there's no he can't choke he can't choke me right now because I know that he doesn't have the right position. So I'm not really worried about a strangle. I'm just worried about him being in mount or back mount. And here I'm back in that same shitty half guard. Now I'm in real half guard. And if I can get my knee in with a knee shield, that'd be even better. Because now he's in reverse half, Man, my daughter is going off. She's just, I'm just noticing like how much stuff she's doing in this video. Anyway, sorry, he broke out of my half guard with using reverse half. Then he stepped on me like I was trash. Like stepped on my knee. See how he pinned me? Actually, I didn't notice this because obviously I was a person that was getting stepped on. But this is a really cool thing that he did. Is he kept my leg pinned. So right, he stepped out of my half guard. Then he steps on my leg so I can't pull my knee in. So he always knows where my knee is going to be from now on. Oh, sorry. So here, and then it replaces it with his other foot for a staple. That's that's dope. And this is why this dude's a black belt. So now he knows that my leg now is effectively dead, and he has my back. So we're gonna keep going. And I'm thinking like, what can I do here? I try to like push up, and now he's going to take my back right there. I'm trying to like roll out of it, but see how his left leg sticks with my leg here. So I can't effectively roll out of this. So I try to roll. See how his left leg is still there? And it keeps on the back of my knee the whole time, right there. See? And I can't really bring my knee in to try and like scoot out. Because that's my normal defense, is like trying to scoot out and then get my shoulders to the ground. But I can't. And right here, that was dope. He used that same position to get his knee back underneath me for the hook. So right here, see how his bottom leg is stuck to the back of my knee? And then he's going to bump me up a little bit and then get the hook in. Right there. See right there? Now his hook is in. Now he has his other hook in, and he can go to body lock, but he doesn't. He goes to a knee on hip. But I'm still very compromised right here. Like, there isn't a lot I can do. Because I knew right at a time. Because I knew what he was going to do right here. He was going to go to either the, hold on, right here. He was pushing me down like into like the hell hole to put me into either, he has this choke that he does like both of his hands, or a triangle from the back. But I knew as soon as I heard the timer, I knew he was out of time. I looked at the timer and I was like, I'm good. And I did shitty. Well, I don't want to say I did shitty. Like, I did pretty good for my belt level. I mean, like I said, he's a black belt. He competes all the time. Like, I take no shame in any of that. So let's see where we're going to go next. I got to move the camera around because there's a bunch of people here. It's easier to film when it's like less people, or if we're doing like situational drills, because that's when like I'm in one location, hopefully for a long time. So that's the goal with situational drilling. Now I'm getting my belt back. My daughter still. Maybe I should put her in Muay Thai. She was digging that bag. I'm going to go with Gabe here. Yes, I am. All right. I'm going to go with a guy who is better at leg locks than I am. Actually, no. Am I going to go? Who am I going with? Him or Brian? Either way, either one of these roles is going to be hard for me. So Gabe is a much younger purple belt with better leg locks than me. And then he's a fucking brown belt. So, enough said. So I'm pulling full guard, which is very strange for me to pull full guard because I really don't like full guard. Maybe I'm tired at this point. Especially on a higher belt. Like, why the fuck would I do that? Brian's also younger than me, but not that it fucking matters. Like, I have a whole thing about, like, when folks are younger than you, like, it's almost like knocking a belt rank off. So, because it is harder to roll with younger guys. Right here, I tried to go for, so once he stands up, I try to wrap both of his legs around right there, but I can't reach around because he's doing the proper thing, which is like keeping his legs separated. One leg forward, one leg back, is to prevent that, because there's probably a video where I've done this where I'll wrap both of my legs around their legs when they stand up for a really kind of easy sweep. I learned that from the original Jacare. It's his last name is Cavalcante. He's the guy who started Alliance. I went to the Alliance HQ in Georgia, and I learned that from him. Also, the first coral belt that I ever met. So anyway, keep it rolling. So right here, I was thinking about doing omoplata, but I don't have position. I'll go back to half guard, and I'm going to try to come this right here. This, if I can get it, if I can turn my body back over. Nope, I can't, because he knows it. There's a sweep that I was taught by one of our other instructors, Sauce. And so I'm laughing right here because he's going for a leg lock. And I'm like, he doesn't usually, every time I've rolled with him previously, he hasn't gone for leg locks. And so we're laughing about him going for leg locks because I usually go for leg locks on him. Because I'm pretty comfortable doing leg locks. And so now I'm trying to entangle him with a leg lock. And he's still going for me. I think he's going to get a pretty deep knee bar in a second. Right here. Yep, he's got my knee. It's he's getting it stretched out, and he's fucking, look at that smile on his face. Look at that smile on his face. But I'm okay right here. It was deep though. So now I'm trying to do my own attack on one of his legs. So I can't see what I'm going for here. I'm trying to just undo his grip. There we go. Now I'm thinking about the Mikey lock because his foot is next to my head. All I need to do is put my hand on the bottom of his. Oh, now we got to move. So, so right here we're moving. We talked about how gay this looks right here. I'm just saying you can comment on how gay it looks. Anyway, see where his foot is? I'm trying to reach behind my head to get to his the ball of his heel or his heel, whatever, to go for a Mikey lock, but he gets out of it. So now I'm still trying to go for a leg lock. I'm busting it back down. And right here I'm using like my whole ass brain thinking about how I can leg lock this dude. So I don't know exactly what I can do, but I know something's there. But I don't know how to get to it. I'm trying to push his leg away, thinking I can maybe do the electric chair, but I'm like way out of position for that. So I go to donkey guard, which is very strange. I don't do this very often. And I was thinking about getting a knee bar, but I'm not familiar with the donkey guard. So now it's got my back. Oh nope! I get my half guard back, which is good because I went to turtle, which he could have took my back pretty easily. He's going to pull me into a back attack. I think he's trying to capture my top arm for the, like, what's it called? Like a straight jacket position or whatever. Oh, no, I was going to get a gi choke. God damn it. What do they call this? Bow and arrow type choke. And I believe he gets it. I'm trying to get out. I'm struggling. But that collar is deep. There we go. He got it. That wasn't even a bow and arrow. It was just a straight gi choke from the back. And I don't easily tap to strangles, so that shit was deep. The tunnel was coming in. So yeah. So right here I'm in quarter guard, so I'm already thinking go for the back step, but I don't get it because we're out of time. All right, let's see where I'm going to go next. Is this the end? I think it is the end. It is. All right. So got a couple of rolls in there. I had fun, but you got to see me get tapped a few times. I don't want it to make it seem like I'm always winning because I'm not. It's jiu-jitsu. If you're a lower belt out there and you're watching this, like, you're gonna get tapped. Like, that's just that's part of jiu-jitsu. Like if you're not getting tapped, I don't know. Like I can't really imagine nobody never getting tapped ever, unless you're like literally the best. And even the best guys will probably. I'm sure that Gordon Ryan gets tapped occasionally, you know, in training. So don't worry about the taps so much. Just worry about your progression on, you know, and where you're getting better. And if you're a lower belt and if you're tapping into higher belts, like that's normal. Don't let that discourage you. Don't count the taps that higher belts are getting you with. Like that's not the point. Even some of the people that are your same belt level, if they're tapping you out, like figure out like what they're doing. You know, if you can, record your videos and like do a post mortem and see where you're fucking up. But if you're sitting there and you're counting your taps and you're, you know, feeling some sort of way about it, like that's not the goal or the point of jiu-jitsu. Like you should be getting better. So you'll get tapped sometimes. It's fine. I mean, unless you're like, I don't know, getting paid to do this. Even then, like maybe I'll sit down with one of the people that, you know, that I know competes for money. Maybe I'll sit down with Sophia if I can get a chance, because I know she competes professionally. Like, hey, like, do you count the taps when people are like rolling with you? Because I don't think that's really a thing. Personally, I don't think I used to compete and I didn't really count taps that much. When I was a white belt, I did. So I get it. Like when I was a white belt, like it got to me too. But try to get out of that mindset. Like once you get out of that mindset, it can be a growth mindset. And figuring out like what you did wrong, if you did anything wrong. It could just be some shit you have no idea what they got you with, because there's a skill disparity, and it's going to be there for a while if you're a white belt. So don't get mad about it. If you're a nerd watching this podcast, it's like if you're playing like a fighting game and all you know is just like the basic buttons, you know, like left punch, left kick, right kick, and the other dude knows fucking super moves. Like, would that be fair? Like, no, that's not fair, right? But you can't get mad that you didn't know the super moves or the special moves or anything like that, because you're still learning how to do this. So keep learning. Don't get discouraged. And then someday, maybe you can make a video like this and tell other folks not get discouraged either. Because when I was a white belt, I got fucked up all the time. And I still get messed up. So anyway, that's all I got. Hopefully I can drop this one in the morning, because this is a Friday. And I wanted to make sure that I recorded this tonight so I can get it out in the morning. All right. Anyway, keep it rolling, y'all. Thanks for being, if you're watching this from Studio 33, which is where I roll. Thanks for watching. If you have a chance, if you're ever in the San Diego area, come to Studio 33 in Bonita, California. That's where I train. That's where we have great partners and really great instructors. Yeah, come through sometime and we can roll. Like and subscribe. If you're into jiu-jitsu content, I'm only going to drop jiu-jitsu stuff on Saturdays. So if you're like a normal watcher of the podcast, where we talk about a bunch of like nerdy stuff and some political stuff, that's like other days. But Saturdays, I'm dedicating just for jiu-jitsu. So there you go. Until this becomes bigger, and then I'll spin it off into my own channel again. So anyway, that's all I got. Later. Peace.
Muscles and more fragile joints. The tactic is to wait until the antagonist pauses. And that's when the eagle claw strikes.